Happy 4th of July, everybody. Sitting on here on the steps with my pups. See my blind one behind me? So, yesterday was a day that a park owner has, quite often, but it was like one of those days, right? So, of course, it's a holiday weekend and my team's off. So I'm like, no problem. I'll handle the phones, I'll handle the calls. Y'all, that's what happens when you're a business owner, right? Y'all take the day off. So, like in the morning, I get a call that there's an electrical, or it's actually like early afternoon because it started getting hot. There's an electrical issue in RV. One of our RV tenants at one of our spots was like, "Hey, it's getting super hot. We don't have any electrical. Like nothing's working, right?" And they're freaking out. They're like, "We don't know what we're gonna do. We're in the car with our dogs. Like, you got to get somebody out here." I'm like, "Okay." And my park manager had quit, which I mentioned in a previous episode. And but she's like good with electrician stuff. I was like, "Hey, can I pay you $50 to go check this out before I call an electrician, because it's probably like something stupid." And she checks it out, and it ends up being something wrong with their RV. So I pay her the $50, and I put the $50 on their account. I just text them, "Hey, it ended up being on y'all's unit," which, interesting enough, happens quite often, right? Like, people are like, "Oh, it's your pedestals or whatever. We hooked up, it's not working," and it's like something with their unit. You know, but I bill it back to them if that happens. And I talked about having like reliable people, and I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more, like several of them, so you're not like just screwed when something like that happens. Like a whole vendors list, which on this particular park, it's a new park that we've only owned a few months, so I'm still building that vendors list, so it's a little tough. We have people at our other parks on speed dial. But then, like later in the afternoon, I get a picture or a video, and there's water going everywhere. There's like a major leak in one of our lines. And I'm like, what the hell is going on today? Luckily, my assistant saw the message because I was in a one-on-one call with a client, and he handled it. He dispatched, a plumber out there that he uses, and they charge us $450, which is not bad at all. I thought it was gonna be worse because it's holiday weekend, but luckily it was Friday, so they didn't charge us the extra call. It wasn't after hours. Usually if stuff's after hours, if like it's on weekends, you get charged like double, triple. It's crazy. It's like $450, no big deal. I posted on my socials, just like another day in the office, right? But I'm like, how the hell did this happen? They're like, tree roots probably. I'm like, today? But that's just part of it. People don't, I mean, some people do, but a lot of people don't talk about actually operating these things. And, some of them might have outside managers, and we self-manage because we have our own property management company. While I'm building a park portfolio, I'm also building my management company, right? That way. So we are the managers whenever we buy this stuff, you know? And back to like having reliable people, like you want electricians, plumbers, handymen, and if it doesn't need a permit and handyman can handle it, then look at this dog. She's like, "What are you doing, dude?" If they can handle it, let them handle it, because it's gonna be like way cheaper. All right, and I can't like preface that enough. I can't emphasize that enough. Is like finding good, reliable, like handymen, handy women, whatever, that can do stuff that doesn't require a permit. And then, use like your plumbers, your electricians, your licensed people for the stuff that you absolutely have to. But here's like my thought process when the person called with the electrical. I'm like, okay, is it the wiring? Is it the pedestal? Like, is it the plug? Like, in my head. But that's why I have somebody go out there and check it out. But instead of panicking, because these people on the other end of the line are panicking because it's hot outside, right? They have dogs. They're sitting in the car and they're like, something's wrong. It's like, stay calm and like think through it. Call a few people, get quotes. Don't go with the first. If you do have to call like a company, Don't go with the first people just because it needs to get done right away. Like, don't get ripped off, because you will. And I have been ripped off plenty. That's why I'm telling you that. And like, people on my team know, like with that plumbing issue, it was deep in the ground. Like, they had to dig, it looked like 3 or 4 feet deep. You know, people charge for that. He had a helper with him, you know, but they were done in like 2 hours, so their price was reasonable. But like, my assistant knows, and I reminded him, I'm like, make sure you get a price before they start digging, which he did. He already handled it. He knows our thresholds. He knows what we'll spend. You know, um, just super. Be careful with that. People get eaten up alive. I see like P&Ls all the time because I'm always looking for parts. I see people's P&Ls, and I see their maintenance, and I see that like crap like this happens. Like, water leaks are normal. Electrical stuff's normal. Things happen, but they get gouged over and over, and you'll probably get gouged once or twice. But but you know, just set the precedent with people that, hey, I'm going to give you repeat work, all right, but I need you to be super fair with me. And when I mean fair, it's like you're going to be doing a lot of work for me. You know, I mentioned in a previous episode that I found a handyman, or my assistant did, that lived in our park, and he's actually building the steps on 2 of our tiny homes right now, and he's doing a great job. So we're giving him these kind of jobs to see how we like them. And I actually asked him first. I sent him a text. I was like, hey, because I didn't want to call my old park manager. I'm like, hey, do you do electrical? And he's like, no, I don't feel comfortable with it. I'm like, cool. Do you do plumbing? Yes, but the leak, it's like 4 feet down. I don't do digging. I'm like, okay. So in that case, we got to call an actual plumber. So we don't have any person that could, you know, do that. So I hope that you got something out of that. These things do happen. You do have random stuff, right, that's going to pop up. Don't freak out. Think through it. Get costs, right? Then build your inventory. We have I call it an operations tracker that I built, and it has our whole vendors list in there, per park, per city. So that way, even if my team's off, I can go in there and I can look, which they're not off all the time, but and they can look who's our preferred vendors. They don't put anybody that gouges us in there. We have preferred vendors in there that we build up, and it's really easy at some point, right? It's just like a text, hey, go check this out, and we know they're not going to charge us like out the ass. Thank you for hopping on today. My name's Travis Wells. This is the Property Profits Podcast. You got to enjoy it with my pups if you're watching this on the video version on my front porch. Happy 4th of July once again. Follow me on Facebook. You can DM me on there. Instagram, Travis Clay Wells. YouTube. Give that thing some love. We're trying to build it up. And, you know, share this podcast with a friend, a family member, anybody you think could benefit from it. Leave me an honest review. I'd love a review. I know it's a pain in the ass because you got to figure out where to hit the review thing, wherever you're at on this. But reviews help the algorithm push this out. And if you think it's helpful, it'd be helpful for other people too. Honest review. Leave me questions, comments, concerns, ideas for other episodes you might need help with. Till next time, see ya.